Am I the only guy that writes stuff like this down? I don't know, but I'm glad I did. It was the fall of 1977. I'm out of school working my first day job in the city at Guitar Center on Van Ness Avenue. That didn't last too long. I get a call from a friend who's got a gal pal and she's late for a flight, and can I please get her to the airport, ASAP. So I head for my flat on Buchanan Street in Cow Hollow over to Russian Hill, and she's waiting outside, knee-high boots, like a fuzzy jacket, huge suitcase, no carry-on. And I'm like heaving the suitcase into the back, and she giving my car kind of a funny look, and I'm like, okay, so it's a Pinto. So what? Hey, that orange Pinto I had was a great car, and it never exploded, not even once. Anyway, she's actually very nice, and we're heading over the Embarcadero Freeway. Don't look for that anymore. It's they knocked it down after the earthquake. Anyway, I'm hearing kind of a lilt in her voice, and I'm like, hey, are you from England? She says, nah, Australia. I'm like, oh. I say, well, are you on vacation? She says, nah, I'm here with my boyfriend's band. He's on tour. Like, oh, wow, that's interesting. Who's your boyfriend's band? She says, ICDC. So the next thing I know, I'm dragging this giant suitcase through the sliding glass doors. We go through past the desk. In those days, boy, was it different, right? Just straight out to the gate we go. And here comes this lean, wiry, dark-haired dude in a wife-beater tank top. Got a beer glass in one hand, ear-to-ear grin. And so she points and goes, this here's Ducky. He grabs my hand like I'm his oldest long-lost brother. He says, Dougie, hey, Dougie, thanks for bringing me bird. Now listen, we all missed the ship anyhow, so next one's not for 6 hours. So come on, mate, let me buy you one. So into the bar we go. Doubt I've walked into an airport lounge ever since that day without smiling about this just a little. And the rest of the band they just hung back by the gate, and they'd wave at us, I should have taken this as a sign, but live and learn. For the next 6 hours, it was me and Bon. Bonding with Bon. Well, we had ourselves a time. He was a raconteur, a spinner of long yarns and tall tales, and maybe some of them were true. I never let the facts get in the way of a good story, I say. 6 hours. 6 hours is a long time. Especially when you're trying to keep up with someone else's ordering schedule, shall we say. I think I counted to 12, and then I stopped counting. I need an Alka-Seltzer just thinking about it. Anyway, at long last, he's boarding. He hugs me probably harder than my mom ever did. And he says, next summer, mate, you're coming with us. And you're gonna just go bus in the UFO and all this, Oh, great. Anyway, I don't know if I'm in the minority or if there exists a debate along the lines of, Brian Jones versus Mick Taylor versus Ronnie, with this band. I mean, it's kind of amazing they found a singer alive who could replace Bon Scott at all, really. And, the guy's great. I admit I'm partial, though, after this night with Bon. I liked the lyrics. I liked the humor in his delivery. The kind of a nod and a wink, like he was in on the joke. And, we're all having a good time. And, AC/DC now, all due respect, I mean, they're bigger than ever, but, it all seems like such serious business now. But a great rock and roll song, I think it ought to be able to be played right on an acoustic guitar of some sort and still sound like if Mississippi Fred McDowell could play this song. Riding down the highway, going to a show, stopping all the byways, playing rock and roll, getting robbed, getting stoned, getting beat up, broken bones, getting had, getting took. I tell you folks, harder than it looks, it's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Think it's easy doing one night stands. Try playing in a rock and roll band. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Yeah. Yeah, so anyhow, when I get home, I wake up my pal, roommate, Steve, my best buddy at the time, who sadly left us a couple of years ago. And, Steve, God bless him, was no dedicated follower of fashion, and he was not exactly up on the up and coming, I was trying to explain to him, who I'd just been with, I'm like, look, man, Bon Scott, from AC/DC. He's never heard of him. Rolled over, went back to sleep. So anyway, it's a long way to the top, and it's also can be a long way through a pandemic. So wear your masks, be safe, and with a little luck, we will just slide through this. Safely. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. See you later.